development and a productive Nigeria. Address the issue of curriculum design, integrate industry and education, improve the public perception, overcome structural barriers by revamping the current vocational education policies, and build a link between the schools and the industry. TVET must be strengthened to achieve its aim and have a push for the transformation of Nigeria. Recommendation: the Nigerian government must, as a matter of urgency, deliberately develop, support, and manage the policies of TVET programs through promotion and the development of TVET. Provision of scholarship for TVET teachers and instructors. Adequate supervision is very important. Monitoring and execution of TVET program. TVET curriculum should be revised to accommodate multiple skills built from local content and market opportunities to foster productive creativity. The government should pay attention to funding TVET programs. TVET should carry out bilateral and multilateral technical cooperations with domestic and foreign high-quality enterprises as jointly built on campus training program. Thank you for listening.
Thank you again. Write down your questions. Project the title.
Okay. Please project the title. Strengthening TVET to meet industrial needs in the changing world of work, the Nigerian experience.
It is Gordon. Second.
The name is Godwin Oberi Oruma.
Yes. There is a change.
No. Unless something is wrong somewhere. It's with me.
Yes. Yeah, I have a list here. So this is the one I'm following. Unfortunately, I don't have the program, so.
Okay, you don't have the program. I think there was an adjustment.
Yes, so that was an adjustment. So, please, next presenter, do we have Dr. Yungu? Do we have Gabriel? Do we have Gabriel? Do we have Stella? Do we have Stella?
I salute you all. Why don't? As I stand on the existing protocol. The topic is enhancing skill development of technical and vocational education and training TVET students through effective school industry collaboration in Southeast Nigeria, where I come from. The background of the study. Education remains the surest path to individual opportunity and societal growth. Education, which is the process of emancipation, civilization, and development, is equated to a key that unlocks the development of individual abilities, that is self-reliant, and national potentials, that is national development, which is the reason why the government of Nigeria regarded education as an instrument par excellence for effective national development. The unemployment situation among the Nigerian graduates has continued to increase as a result of lack of employable skills, competence-based and demand-driven school system. This has created a gap between the skills needed for employment and skills possessed by the job seekers. Effective school-industry collaboration in TVET program would ensure quality, affordable skill development that is founded on deep skills and competencies acquisition for sustainable industry and self-employment. It is against this background that this paper intends to determine the strategies for improving school-industry collaboration in skill development of TVET students in Southeast Nigeria. The paper is worried, that statement of problem, the paper is worried on the quality of skills imparted on students that do not meet the standard of skill demand in the industry. This mismatch has contributed to unemployment, poverty, and low economic growth in Nigeria and Southeast in particular. With the school-industry collaboration, students will be provided with the opportunity of receiving the appropriate training with relevant and related equipment, material, and environment. This will reduce or even eliminate the gap between the classroom experience and industry skill demand. Hence, it becomes pertinent to determine the strategies for improving school-industry partnership in skill development of TVET students for matching skill demand in Southeast Nigeria. The objectives of the study, you have general and you have specific. The general objective of this study was to determine the strategies for enhancing skill development of TVET students through effective school-industry collaboration in Southeast Nigeria. Then the specific objectives include institution strategies for promoting school-industry collaboration to enhance the skill development of TVET students for matching skill industry demand in Southeast. That is, the institution has its own strategies. Then the industry has its own strategies. These are the strategies that will X-ray and know whether there is any discrepancy or deviation from them. Then lastly, the challenges hindering the school industry synergy to enhance the skill development of TVET students for matching industry skill demand in Southeast Nigeria. Methodology. The study adopted a survey research design. This design is a design in which a group of people are studied by collecting and analyzing data from a few people who are considered to be representing the larger group. The population for the study was 157, comprising of TVET students, TVET lecturers in public institutions offering TVET programs, and industrial-based supervisors in 56 functional industry in Southeast. Then it is made up 101 respondents from institution and 56 from the said industry base. The number was manageable, and hence there was no point of sampling and applying sampling technique. Structured questionnaire containing a total of 27 items was the instrument for data collection. The instrument was validated by 3 experts, and the reliability of the instrument was determined using Cronbach Alpha Reliability Coefficient method. Data collected were analyzed using mean and standard deviation, while t-test was to test the null hypothesis at 0.05 level of significance. Decisions were made using the real limits of the scale values 1 to 4 on a 4-point scale. The null hypothesis was not rejected where the significant value was less than the 0.05 significant level at appropriate degree of freedom. Otherwise, the null hypothesis was rejected. Then let's go to findings. The paper made the following findings. Number 1, the paper revealed that there is no significant difference between the mean rating of lecturers and industry-based personnel on the institutional strategies promoting school-industry collaboration to enhance skill development of TVET students in Southeast. The identified strategies include organizing periodic meetings, seminars and workshops between school and industry on latest technological innovation, encouraging joint development projects initiative between school and industry, among others. Also, in the strategy of the industry, the following strategies were identified: collaborating with school in research and skills development activities, granting work-study permits to TVET students, and a whole of others. Let's go to the next one. Finding continues. The test of null hypothesis 3 further revealed that there is no significant difference between the mean rating of lecturers and industry personnel on the challenges hindering the school-industry synergy to enhance the school development of TVET students in Southeast Nigeria. The identified challenges include poor funding of school-industry collaboration TVET programs, like procurement of equipment, poor remuneration of TVET-based personnel. Like when you have to, when there is a need for fund to settle all these things, you see the paper flying from one corner to the other at a time. So the paper may miss, and when you go back to look for it for approval, they will tell you the paper is not there, they didn't see it. Also, there is another problem: lack of necessary support from stakeholders. The stakeholders' laissez-faire attitude to the people, lack of delay in approval of innovative ideas. Even if they will be approved or even if they will be welcome, there will be a great delay in approval and release of the resources to handle it. Then the other one is poor state of infrastructure for implementing collaboration strategies.
1 minute, please.
Jesus. Then the infrastructure include adequate provision of adequate classrooms, laboratories for demonstrations. You find out that in some institutions these things are lacking. Even if they are to be supplied, they will be substandard. Discussion and findings. The first finding of the study is the agreement with Rossi 2010 that schools need to involve the industries in teaching, research, and seminar aimed at developing relevant skill in the students. The lecturers and school administrators need to encourage industry personnel through sabbatical leave, adjunct the teaching jobs, and giving them positions of research assistants and fellows in order to help in transmitting industry experiences to the students in schools. The finding also depicts that the lecturers and industry personnel share the same opinion in their conception of the institutional strategies for improving skill development in TVET students. The consensus opinion could be used to develop a strong and reliable synergy between lecturers and industry workers to achieve quality skill development in the TVET program in Anambra State, which is part of the Eastern Nigeria. The second finding is supported by Okore 215, which asserted that when industries participate in the training of students, certain deficiencies that existed in the training will be reduced, if not completely eliminated. The study is also in agreement with the finding of Mba Obi Ehimen and Obuweni.
Conclusions, please.
It's okay. Go to conclusion. Furthermore, in conclusion, the paper concluded that effective school industry collaboration can enhance skill development of TVET students and bridges the skills gap between industry requirements and TVET graduates in the modern industrial area if well implemented. Then the paper, among other things, made the following recommendation. 1. If industry should understand the relevance of collaboration with school on CWES and industry exposure to achieve quality skill development. Institutions offering TVET programs in Southeast Nigeria should ensure that good communication exists between the industry in relevant areas. Also, industry should establish skill development programs for the students, especially during CWES. Industry personnel should collaborate with school in lecture delivery, especially in practicals, seeing China program experience. Acknowledgement. We wish to humbly appreciate our amiable rector, Engineer Dr. Michael Chide Berarimanwa, Federal Polytechnic Nekede Owerri, for his magnanimity in continuous development of his staff through sponsorship of conferences, which include this one in Ghana. We also appreciate the efforts of the NCC Nigeria for organizing and coordinating the weighted affairs in polytechnics across the national. We also thank the ATUPA organizers for making the ATUPA annual conference possible.
Thank you. Let's clap for her. Do we have Awal? Awal is around? Okay. I have received 2 announcements and instructions. We are supposed to move to the next session, and tea is being served. So as we take the last presentation and as we take at least 1 or 2 questions, please know that tea is being served, and I was told I should finish in the next 5 minutes. So it is that tough. But he has to present, definitely, and probably those who have questions, we can utilize the extra time we'll be stealing from the next program. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Adam Awal Mohammed. I stand before you to present a paper titled Strengthening TVET for Digital Transformation of the World of Work in Nigeria. I co-authored with Akinyele. Globally, digital technology have changed how organizations work, thereby creating new job opportunities and at the same time replacing others. For example, the use of technologies in our technologies in our courses will serve as a means by which our graduates will become more functional in the digital world. This transformation and the growing demand for higher level technical skill in the industry means that the traditional education and training created a gap between the demand and supply of relevant skilled labor in the labor market. For example, if a polytechnic graduated a mechanical engineer that cannot use a computer device for his work, that means that engineer is not relevant in the labor market. So this call for the need for TVET institutions to leverage on the use of new technologies in preparing learners with adequate and relevant skills needed to work in an increasingly technology-based environment. According to Pocrat boards, the effective use of internet and electronic device in teaching and learning will transform the behavior of this generation students who rely on mobile technologies. So the motivation, the popularity of blended learning, which was exposed to Africa during COVID-19 pandemic, is gradually gaining ground with the spread of technology, including in higher institutions. This has posed a challenge to TVET institutions to leverage on the use of emerging technology to prepare learners for the digital transformation of the work of life. Many institutions have resorted on, during COVID-19, many institutions have resorted on online platforms to engage students by face, but all these platforms were faced with many challenges in delivering the lifelong teaching and learning process. This study is now designed to evaluate the role of digitalization of TVET in providing relevant skills in the labor market, and to also identify the challenges of digital transformation of TVET institutions in Nigeria. I now move to the methodology. This work applied a quantitative approach to investigate the role of the digitalization in promoting flexible learning in TVET institutions, and to also identify the challenges faced by both students and lecturers in the process of online learning. Questionnaires was used to explore information about the opinions of the students and teachers concerning the challenges and the relevance of online teaching. The data were collected and processed using descriptive statistics. The mean value of less than 1.5 is rejected for this analysis, while a mean value of above 1.5 is accepted. Then this is the result, the socio-economic characteristics of the respondents. We have the ND students and the higher national diploma students, and this is the outcome of the results, the constraint, the challenges faced by students and the lecturers in the delivering of online lectures during the period, which include poor network coverage, inadequate funding, epileptic power supply, inadequate technical training for TVET staff, inadequate online teaching facilities. Then the results on the role of TVET in the digitalization of TVET institution. The result also shows that the digitalization can improve access to TVET education. Digitalization can also promote student attitude towards learning new skills that will make them relevant in the technology environment. Then the digitalization also gives students opportunity to acquire emerging skills for the work of life. So the finding from the study revealed that the use of emerging technology in teaching and learning by TVET institutions will help in promoting this digital transformation of the world of work. And the study also revealed that challenges facing online classes include digital dissemination of knowledge, include inadequate facilities required for lifelong learning, poor network coverage, epileptic power supply, and so on. So, and based on this, the study makes the following recommendation. Number one, the government should increase funding of education in favor of TVET institutions. And the government should also provide adequate facilities to ensure proper learning process in TVET institutions. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for keeping time. We can take quick questions now. We can take questions. There was the presentation on vocational agricultural education. Then there was the one for meeting industry needs in the changing world of work by Godwin. Then there was skill development in technical and vocational education students through effective school-industry collaboration by Stella, and then this last one.
Maybe just a quick comment on the ICT and agriculture. When the presentation was being made, My observation is that maybe the main problem that might be there is that the instructors or teachers who are used to provide the IT or to teach IT, there is no relation. They do not understand agriculture. So it's just someone you pick up because he knows how to operate computers, connect these digital issues. You put them in class to teach IT. That becomes a problem because there will be no applicability of the IT skills to the actual agriculture requirements. So I think it is important at that point in time that there has to be a blend. Someone who's going to teach this IT, it should be someone who understands agriculture. What exactly are you trying to project in agriculture? Is it the disbursement of funds? Is it the disbursement of inputs? Is it to the market? What exactly are you trying to bring out of this research? So I think that has to also be concentrated. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The presenter has just walked out. Oh, so okay. Okay. You want to comment?
I don't think. Thank you, everyone. It's not something to. I think he has made his observation. It's an observation. So we've noted that. But I think the major thing is that not really the teaching of the ICT and in relation to the agriculture, but the issue is that the actual implementation, the actual usage of ICT tool to enhance agriculture, which would have made it very attractive for the students. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to thank all the presenters. I just want to make two comments. First of all, the first comment is for the presenters. I think they're spending a lot of time on the background information. So by the time they're coming to the methodology and analysis of the results, they normally don't have enough time. So maybe in presentations, kindly reduce on the background information so that we can actually benefit from the findings and the recommendations. That's one comment. The other comment is on the presentation on strengthening TVET to meet industry needs in the changing world of work. I think to me, what I would have expected from this presentation is on whether, first of all, there are examples in which has been this collaboration with the industry and how it has changed these graduates from those who have benefited from this collaboration. There was a question, or there is a comment on poor funding, and then again they talked about poor infrastructure. So I did not understand, maybe the presenter can clarify, because the reason why we are involving the industry is because of inadequate infrastructure in our training institutions. So I would expect that by the time they go to the industry, and I think that was also one of the conclusions that were made, that these people are able to benefit from the infrastructure or the equipments that they are being exposed in the industry. So I did not understand the issue of poor funding and poor infrastructure in the institution, and what has that got to do with the industry needs in changing the worlds of work.
Okay, let's hear the response.
Thank you very much for that observation. Sincerely speaking, what I agree with you is poor funding ordinarily will lead to poor infrastructure. But here we are trying to separate, when you mention the industry, when the training materials, i.e. the infrastructure as it is in the TVET schools, the polytechnics, the technical colleges, because their infrastructure, most of them are moribund. At the time they go to the industry, which ordinarily is the output of the technical schools that are expected to be in the industry. Therefore, they won't be able to have a proper grasp of what they are supposed to see. If you listen, I was saying the product of these schools are met for the industry, meaning we grow them from the TVET schools, the technical colleges, and the polytechnics, where we award OND and HND. They become manpower for the industry. So if they are not properly groomed in terms of the necessary machinery, by the time they get to the industry, they would not be able to give what we expect from them. So we are expecting that better funding will lead to better equipment, machineries, and when that is done, when the product gets to the industry, of course, they will become better, well equipped for the industry, and that will enhance national productivity. I don't know whether you agree with me in this area. Yeah.
My assumption is that you're already you're having what you're doing with you're already trying to strengthen the industry and the
Yeah, that is why I also mentioned that there need to be a linkage between the institutions and industry. And our country, Nigeria, we have a program known as the Student Work Experience Scheme, known as SWEET, that at a particular level in the polytechnic program, when they finish first 2 years, they find themselves for about 6 months, 1 year in the industry. Now, what that program is meant to achieve is to train these students, what they've been taught in the classroom, what they've seen little at that level, they see it at a greater level, a greater perspective in the industry. What it means is that where they are supposed to be, they are already seeing it while they are in training. So they have some mastering of what they are supposed to see. And eventually, when they finish with that program, and they eventually go back to the industry where some of the students are eventually hired. We have seen students after their OND, they went for this program, we call it the Student Work Experience Scheme, SQUEEZE. And when they are supposed to come back, the industry say, do not come back. Are you ready to stay with us? And they stay with them. Those who have done very well, and they become very productive. And some of them, after 1 or 2 years in our refineries, they come back, they become middleman power for the industry. And we are encouraging that with such programs continue eventually, it prepares the students properly for the industry. And that's why I was saying one of the recommendations that they should encourage the school or colleges stroke industry linkage, that it will be of better help to the students. Thank you.
Thank you. We have taken 30 more minutes. So I wish to thank you for coming to this session. We can go for our tea if there's any. I will move on to the next set of sessions. Thank you.